Dr. Nentawe Goshwe Yilwada is a digital system and energy engineering expert, a community developer and a lecturer with Federal University of Agriculture, Makurdi, with over 29 years of experience working as a consultant with the international development partners and the public and private sectors. He was born in Dungung, Kanke local government area to the family of a clergy, late Reverend and Mrs. Toma Yilwada, on the 8th of August 1968. Dr. Yilwada's educational career started with him passing the first school leaving certificate at LGED Primary School, Dungung, in 1981 and GCE O-Level in 1986 from the prestigious Boys Secondary School, Gindiri. He got his first degree in electronic engineering in 1992 from Federal University Agriculture, Makurdi, and his Master of Engineering and PhD from ATBU Bauchi and University of Nigeria, Nsukka, respectively, where he specialized in digital systems engineering. He was also trained by the United Nations University International Institute for Software Tech, Macau, China, on building electronic governance structure. In addition, he received expert training from Association of African Universities AAU on sustainable development in Africa using higher education and was part of the implementation team. He has received specialized training from Afrinic, Mauritius, and Nettel at Africa, Nairobi, Kenya, that helped in the early transition of Internet Protocol address users in Africa, and capacity building and knowledge exchange in ICT policy, regulation, and application. In addition, he has been trained by MacArthur Foundation USA, KFI International, National Universities Commission, Association of Vice Chancellors of Nigerian Universities, Education Trust Fund, UNDP, and the World Bank. Dr. Yilwada started his working career as an assistant lecturer in 1995 in the Department of Electronic Engineering, Plateau State Polytechnic, Barkin-Ladi, after which he moved to Federal University of Agriculture, Makurdi, as a graduate assistant in 1996. In the university system, he has over 25 years of teaching, research, and project implementation in the areas of software engineering, sustainable development using passive and active renewable energy technologies. He served the university for 12 years as the Pioneer Director of Information and Communication Technology and member of the University Senate, in addition to serving in many committees both in the university and the national level. He has been honored by the university as the Best Staff of the Year, Best Director of the Year, and also a National Project Award winner among many other awards. He has also graduated many masters and PhD students and has many publications to his name. Nentawe has participated in some of the leading ICT reforms that enhance transparency of government accounts and strengthened institutions. He was part of the experts that were engaged between 2003 and 2005 as consultants to work with Altec Limited, European Union, to conduct a needs assessment and served as project consultants on the first integrated financial management information system for the Ministry of Finance, CBN, FOS, OAGF, Debt Management Office, OAUGF, National Planning Commission, and Budget Office. This gave him the opportunity to have a firm knowledge of revenue and financial framework of Nigeria, the regulations, policies, and opportunities. He was also part of the team that worked on the grants by World Bank to implement a unified network and ICT solution for Nigeria Education and Research Network NGREN through the World Bank Step B project. He was the lead consultant for UNICEF, a field office between 2005 and 2012 in a turnkey project that covered the design, training of chain officers and UNICEF consultants, and installation of alternative energy sources for cold chain system for Enugu, Cross Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Benue, Ebonyi, Imo, Abia, and Anambra states. This project, in addition to the rich engineering experience, exposed him to the weaknesses inherent in our health and educational infrastructure, especially in the North Central, Southeast, and South-South geographical zones. Dr. Yilwada was a member of the federal government energy research delegation to USA and Canada on 2 separate occasions to negotiate technology transfer and acquisition opportunities for Nigeria. He subsequently served in the implementation team of the Cuban government/ECN program that promoted energy efficiency in residential and public sector. He was the lead consultant for Energy Commission of Nigeria, Abuja, and UNDP that conducted the energy and economic audit of 34 selected factories in Nigeria, in addition to his experience in assessing the economic resources of some West African countries. He also served as a consultant for Gantt Engineering on energy efficiency and power quality assessment of many factories in Nigeria. Dr. Yilwada was part of Power 774 project, which is a private sector-led initiative to deploy clean, eco-friendly electricity that is connected using microgrid to communities. He also worked with Techville USA to train 100 software and renewable energy engineers in Ondo State for international certifications and human capital exports. He was appointed by Mr. President in 2017 as a commissioner with Independent National Electoral Commission and posted to Benue State as the resident electoral commissioner in July 2017. As an INEC commissioner, he championed the IDP voting rights and was a member of the committee that developed the operational framework and guidelines for IDP voting in Nigeria. He spearheaded working with international partners and civil society organizations to innovatively set up schools for IDP kids and empowered women with skills that metamorphosed into a cooperative to reduce poverty in the camps. He worked with the Office of United Nations Representative to West Africa and the Sahel in Senegal and other partners to hold 66 town hall meetings to negotiate peace with critical political actors in Benue State, which led to the first ever peaceful elections since 1999. He was also part of the team that were sent on the study tour of the Independent Electoral Commission (IEC) of South Africa to study experiences and best practices as part of the preparation for 2019 general election. He was a member of the team that worked with clusters of people living with disabilities to develop operational framework and guidelines for PWDs. Dr. Yilwada is known for hard stand in supporting free, fair, and credible election and has been drafted to participate in some of the most difficult elections across the country. Among them are Anambra State Governorship Election 2017, recall of Senator representing Kogi West 2018, Osun Governorship Election 2018, Benue State Presidential and Governorship Elections 2019, Rivers State Governorship and House of Assembly Election 2019, and Cross River North Senatorial Election 2020. He is a lover of academic development of his community and committed to building the younger generation by lifting them out of poverty. In the last 12 years, he has been providing scholarship and paying JAMB for 200 kids from Kanke and Pangshin annually, in addition hiring teachers to train them. He supports those that pass JAMB to secure admission into higher institutions. In 2018, he trained 100 youths from Kanke and Pangshin local government area of Plateau State in animal husbandry, which was anchored by Veterinary Research Institute (VORM). All the trainees that participated in the 10 months internship were empowered to set up their piggeries. In 2019, he distributed 112 laptops to indigent students of higher institutions in Pangshin and Kanke. Nentawe is also the co-founder of Bikatki Cooperative, which supports rural poor farmers to access credit to expand their farms in order to reduce poverty and have sustainable income. He has spearheaded built classrooms in primary schools for indigent and hard-to-reach communities and also participated actively in the development of the community secondary school in his village. Nentawe is a registered engineer with Council for Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, COREN, member Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers, member Nigeria Society of Engineers, member Solar Society of Nigeria, and has enjoyed many awards and recognitions in the area of ICT and electronic engineering. He is a devoted Christian and a member of Cooking Church. He is married to Dr. Mrs. Martina Yilwada. Currently, the Plateau State gubernatorial candidate of the All Progressives Congress (APC). Samuel Nampak Abashi, currently the gubernatorial candidate for the All Progressives Grand Alliance (APGA). Born on the 25th September 1961, a professional in international relations and diplomacy with expertise in public administration, capacity building and global strategic management, an accomplished international public servant with over 30 years experience, delivering outstanding social and economic impact while helping to strengthen institutional governance and driving sustainable development. Engaged proficiencies in training development and project management, social development and natural resource management within the public and private sectors at local and international levels. Proven excellence in leadership and for distinctive performance, working in multicultural environment with the United Nations and African Union in New York, Nairobi, Uganda, Burundi, and South Sudan. Education. International Relations and Diplomacy, October 2018, Nkumba University, Entebbe, Uganda. Bachelor of Arts degree, International Relations, June 1984, United States International University, San Diego, CA, USA. Higher Diploma in Petroleum Management, January 1982, Center for Business Studies, Greenwich, United Kingdom. Advanced Level Certificate, September 1980, Holborn College, London, United Kingdom. Grade 2 Teacher Certificate, June 1980, Government Teacher College, Wamba, Nasarawa State, Nigeria. Professional Programs. Certificate, Global Strategic Management, July 2012, Harvard Business School, Boston, Massachusetts, USA. Certified Training Professional, October 2010. Institute for Training and Development, ITD, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Certificate Visualization in Participatory Program, June 2008, Freiburg, Germany. Management Certificate, October 2010, American Management Association, New York, USA. Certificate Project Management Monitoring and Evaluation, September 2009, Ian MacDonald Association, Brighton, United Kingdom. Management and Development Program, July 2012, Encompass LLC, Washington, D.C., USA. Certificate in ROI Methodology, May 2011, Return on Investment Institute, ROI, USA. Certificate in Performance Management for Managers and Supervisors, February 2012, Headquarters, United Nations Office of Human Resources Management, OHRM, New York, USA. Professional and Service Affiliations, Professional Member, Institute for Training and Development. Associate Member, Petroleum Management Institute of Commerce. Professional Member, American Management Association. Professional and Working Experience, Jogro Global Resources Nigeria Limited, Chief Executive Officer 2018 till date, United Nations Head of Training Policy Development 2016 to 2018, United Nations Office to the African Union, UNOAU. Chief Integrated Mission Training Center, IMTC, July 2011 to 2016, Headquarters, United Nations Mission in South Sudan, Juba, Republic of South Sudan. Chief Training Officer, United Nations Support for AMISOM, August 2008 to October 2008, United Nations Office in Nairobi, UNON, Gingri, Nairobi, Kenya. Team Leader Training Unit, August 2006 to January 2008. Headquarters, UNMIS Regional Office, Juba, Sudan. Training Officer, Training and Evaluation Service TESS, Integrated Training Service ITS, November 2002 to August 2006. Headquarters, United Nations, 205 UN Plaza, New York City. Nigerian Army Special Forces Officer, March 1986 to December 2006, Headquarters Nigerian Army Area 8, Garki, Abuja, Federal Capital Territory, Nigeria. National Youth Service Corps Purchasing Officer, Gajigana Drilling Project, September 1984 to September 1985, Nigeria National Petroleum Company, NNPC, Maiduguri, Borno State, Nigeria. Prime Performance Feeds anchored the development of prime training policies TP of the United Nations, the African Union Peace and Security Department to support the African peace security architecture for strengthening peace and security. Acquisition of federal government license for mining and exploration of gold, copper and sapphire in Mambila Plateau, Taraba State, Nigeria. Development of 240 hectares of farmland at Takalafia, Langtang South Local Government of Plateau State for the integrated value chain development of cereals and grain and roots and tubers. Developed and conducted hundreds of high-impact training need assessment, training plans and training implementation frameworks for the United Nations, African Union and a multitude of private sector organizations, enhance the adoption of best practices, the quality and standardization of training consistent with African Union doctrines and policies for African Union personnel and overall peace and security architecture. Facilitated hundreds of training programs and associated performances strategically enhancing capacity across the United Nations, African Union, Nigerian Army, private organizations, over 5,000 national staff of host countries, troops from 25 troop contributing countries in Liberia, Cote d'Ivoire and Burundi, some 5,500 UNMO staff officers and contingents, and over 1,000 cadets of the Nigerian Army. Effected an integrated training and capacity building program from identification of specific training requirements to development, implementation, post-implementation, the building of partnerships and management of stakeholders in enhancing efficiencies for the African Standby Force ASF personnel of the African Union and the United Nations. Dealt with cross-cutting issues bordering on collective training activities, quality control standards and procedures, guidelines and support, curriculum development, budget and resourcing, operational readiness and coordination, adherence and compliance, and mission-wide service delivery at the Integrated Mission Training Center IMTS, AMISOM, African Union, and the United Nations. Establish training centers and cells with comprehensive operating procedures on program development, delivery, and evaluation. Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang, born on the 12th of March 1965 in Wusasa, Zaria, Kaduna State. Primary education at LEA Primary School, Ampang West, Mangul Local Government Area of Plateau State. from 1973 to 1977. Went to Boys Secondary School, Gindiri, graduated in 1982. Worked briefly with the then Federal Office of Statistics and the defunct Nigerian Bank for Commerce of Industry, MBCI. Continued his educational pursuit at the School of Preliminary Studies, KEFI, from 1983 to 1984. He was admitted into the University of Jos in 1984 and graduated in 1988. Called to the Nigerian bar as a solicitor and advocate of the Supreme Court on the 14th of December 1989. Served the mandatory National Youth Service Corps NYSC program in Kaduna State, during which he was elected by his colleagues as the president of the Nigerian Christian Corpus Fellowship in Kaduna State. Engaged in private and active legal practice under the Kaduna-based legal firm of BYOMA, Ichiba and Co. Fidelity Chambers from 1990 to 1995. Founded Caleb Mutfwang and Co., a firm of legal practitioners registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission on the 21st day of March 1996. Appointed Deputy General Manager, Legal and Secretarial Services in Peugeot Automobile Nigeria Limited, Kaduna from 2002 to 2004. Acting Company Secretary from 2003 to 2004, member of several professional bodies including the Nigerian Bar Association, particularly the section on business law, the International Bar Association, the Christian Lawyers Fellowship of Nigeria, the Christian Legal Society of America, as well as the Nigerian Institute of Management. He is also an alumnus of the prestigious Haggai Institute for Leadership Development, Hawaii, USA. Member of the boards of several companies, in addition to offering legal services to individuals, corporate organizations, federal ministries, foreign agencies, and governments. Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang is married to Helen, and together they have 3 children, Timothy, Nampak, and Enoch. Helen Mutfwang, formerly Helen Ingbo Goldie, was born in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, to John and Juliet Goldie in 1967. She hails from Brass local government area, Bayelsa State, and first made her way up north to Kaduna in 1991 for her youth service under the NYSC scheme after she had finished her law school in Lagos State. She eventually met Caleb in Kaduna, who, as stated earlier, was mandated to serve in Kaduna as well. They got married on the 13th of February 1993, a true statement of the NYSC's development of common ties among the youths of Nigeria and promotion of national unity, irrespective of cultural or social background. Political career. In pursuit of this noble objective to guarantee the prosperity of the diverse peoples on the plateau, that in 2011 he offered to represent the good people of Mangu/Bokos in the House of Representatives under the platform of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). He narrowly lost the primary election to the eventual winner. However, in furtherance of his belief in politics without bitterness and in demonstration of team spirit, he actively mobilized resources for the eventual victory of his opponents at the primaries, as well as other PDP candidates in the general elections, which enhanced his popularity greatly. Unsurprisingly, he was literally called upon by the great people of Mangu local government area in 2014 to run for office of the chairman of the local government council, which he overwhelmingly won in all but 2 of the polling units with an unprecedented vote margin of over 70,000 votes. He was elected as the secretary of the Association of Local Government Algon in Plateau State, a body which has remained cohesive with the PDP in the state. Elected for a 3-year tenure, his stay in office was unlawfully truncated by the APC-led government. Despite this retrogressive stop, his brief tenure of 1 year 3 months accomplished, among others, the following: purchased from source and distributed over 30 trucks of fertilizer to farmers according to polling units and subsidized by 40% of prevailing market price, gave allowances to over 30 law school students and full tuition to one indigent law school student of Mangu local government area origin, assisted several others including PhD students of Mangu local government area extraction, organized long vacation lessons for SSCE students of Mangu local government area, cleared backlog of staff, leave and study allowances, graded about 50 kilometers of rural roads, sponsored 12 youths to be Peugeot training school with the intention of setting up a modern mechanic village in Mangu, sponsored several women and girls for skills acquisition training in Mangu and Jos, remodeled the chairman's guest house of the local government area, supervised and ensured the completion of the 5-kilometer road network within Mangu town, procured transformers to enhance rural electricity supply to various communities, initiated plans and appointed consultants for the construction of a new ultra-modern agro-allied market in Mangu under a PPP arrangement, appointed and mobilized contractors for the construction of a 1,000 capacity multifunctional auditorium in Mangu, initiated plans for the town planning surveys of Mangu and Panyam districts. Caleb Manasi Mutfwang is well known as a committed Christian who loves humanity. He is clear-minded, credible and capable of leading the process to raise the bar in governance and thereby raise Plateau to announce the citadel of glory in line with our collective dreams of a peaceful and prosperous Plateau. Caleb Manase Mutfwang is currently the gubernatorial candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). Comrade Luca Pampe, a human rights activist, public affairs commentator, former lecturer and director of advancement, Plateau State Polytechnic, Barkin-Ladi, a former 2 times General Secretary of the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, ASUP, Plateau State Polytechnic, Barkin-Ladi Chapter, and member of the Joint Union of Plateau State-owned tertiary institutions, JUPTI. Currently, the Plateau State gubernatorial candidate of the People's Redemption Party, PRP. Pharmacist James Shrapshaka Yusufu JP, a candidate for governor of Plateau State 2023 under the slogan of Arise for a United, Secure and Prosperous Plateau, short Arise Plateau 2023. Pharmacist James Ripshaka Shigaka Shrapshaka Yusufu was born and bred on the beautiful hills of Ngasland, Pangshin in Plateau State. He was born to the family of Reverend Yusufu Shigaka Shrapshaka and Nana Saratu Nekir Yusufu Shrapshaka ni Dajur. Motivated by the passion, compassion, patriotism and love that I have for Plateau State, Nigeria and its people, I aspire to public office because I believe that the crux of public service should be the responsibility of serving the interests of others above your own. I believe that loyalty and collective responsibilities are integral parts of effective governance, which must, however, not be traded for integrity. Vision: I seek leadership in order to pursue a common ground for our citizens, our communities, and our land, and through that expand unity, freedom, opportunities, and prosperity for all. I seek to provide for the state a visionary, compassionate, patriotic, and courageous leadership in order to deliver on my people-focused vision of a united, secure, and prosperous Plateau State of our dreams. Turning Plateau State and its citizens from consumers into producers and wealth creators is the overall goal. Education and work experience. B Farm ND Public Administration. Educated up to university level in Plateau State, obtaining a Bachelor of Pharmacy degree from the prestigious University of Jos in 1999. Also studied for and obtained a Diploma in Public Administration ND from the Plateau State Polytechnic in 2006. Pharmacist internship, Jos University Teaching Hospital, Jos, Nigeria. Underwent a rigorous 12-month training and tutelage as a trainee pharmacist in the Jos University Teaching Hospital, JUTH, and got on the pharmacist register of the Pharmaceutical Council of Nigeria, PCN, in 2001. Diploma in Computer Application, Institute of Computer Information Technology, Kazauri. Undertook this course while serving my country in 2001 in order to update my understanding and usage of computers and information technology that was emerging as the main driver of innovation and change in the world. I became proficient in several computer software packages and operating systems including MS Word, MS PowerPoint, MS Excel, SPSS, Windows 95, Windows 2000 Professional and Windows XP. I am ready to adapt to a dynamic and fast-changing environment at all times. National Youth Service Corps Nigeria. I served my country as a Youth Corps pharmacist through the National Youth Service Corps NYSC scheme in Jigawa State and successfully passed out in 2002. Senior Pharmacist, Plateau State Specialist Hospital, Jos, Nigeria. Started working as Pharmacist 1 in the Plateau State Specialist Hospital, PSSH, in July 2002 and rose up to the rank of Senior Pharmacist until I resigned in 2009 in order to pursue a career in the private pharmaceutical and healthcare sector in the United Kingdom. MSc Robert Gordon University, Aberdeen, Scotland, secured a federal scholarship and traveled to Scotland in further search for knowledge, where I obtained a Masters of Science MSc degree in Instrumental Analytical Sciences, specializing in DNA analysis, proteomics, and metabolomics from the prestigious Robert Gordon University, Aberdeen, Scotland in 2007. A registered pharmacist in both Nigeria and the United Kingdom. I have work experience in both countries and both the public and private sectors of the economies. Having rose from the bottom up of both sectors in both countries, this has accorded me with a unique perspective of service, productivity, bureaucracy, and leadership. Political history, vision and motivation, students and youth activism and workers unionist. I cut my political teeth as a student and youth activist and workers unionist in Plateau State and Nigeria at large. House Prefect, Lafia House Government College, Pangshin. I was chosen to be a House Prefect for Lafia House even while I was a non-domicile student from 1989 to 1990 when I graduated as the overall second best graduating student. That opportunity presented me with an experience of what leadership means and the qualities that are needed to be successful. National Association of Plateau State Students, Students Union Government, Nigeria. I was the Public Relations Officer of the National Association of Plateau State Students, NAPS, in 1994 and a member of the Students Union Government Caretaker Committee in 1995. I was chaired of the Electoral Committee of PANS in 1999 that delivered a free and fair elections. That experience strengthened my resolve for fairness, justice, dialogue, integrity, and courage. Shalom Magazine, Chairman, Editorial Board and Executive Editor. I delivered the first publication of the National Association of Nga Students NANGS called Shalom, both as its first editorial chairman and first executive editor, 2000. This gave me an opportunity to discover the value of networking, influencing and tenacity. National Youth Council of Nigeria, Nigeria State PRO and DG National Campaign. I was the Public Relations Officer of the Plateau Youth Council, a state branch of the NYCN from 2001 to 2004. I was also the Director General of a national campaign to elect the National Secretary of the National Youth Council of Nigeria in 2005, which was successful. I was branch chairman of the National Association of Hospital Pharmacists (NAHAP) of Plateau State Specialist Hospital and the Plateau State Public Relations Officer of same between 2003 and 2006. I became the chairman of the Joint Action Committee (JAC) of the Combined Workers Unions of the Plateau State Specialist Hospital from 2004 to 2006. Phenomenal achievements were recorded for the workers during my tenure, including the implementation of the hearty salary scale for all health workers in my branch and the state at large in 2006. Meet in the Manji Gontori. So many Plateau citizens and Nigerians have been asking questions, curious to know who is this one man, Honorable Manji B.D. Gontori. What really do they seek for and to what intent? The answer to this is not far-fetched. Gontori has become a household name on the plateau and beyond. His quest to govern Plateau State come 2023 made it necessary for Plateau people to know the biography of their governor-to-be. The birth and early life. Manji Dangman Danladi Gontori was born to the family of Mr. Danladi Gontori and Mrs. Abigail Danladi Gontori late of Puel, Dawaki, Kwabiru District, Kanke Local Government Area, Plateau State in the earliest 70s. Manji Gontori grew up in Pangshin Local Government Area and had part of his early life there. Bodangman Gontori is married to barrister Mrs. Siona Manji. They are blessed with 4 children, 3 male and 1 female. Education. Manji Gontori started his elementary education at the Holy Cross Primary School, Pangshin. He moved to Government College, Pangshin, where he obtained his SSCE and later proceeded to the then School of Preliminary Studies, SPS, Kefi. From SPS, Manji proceeded to University of Jos, where he graduated. Manji Gontori picked his first employment with the Plateau State Water Board, where he worked for over 10 years. Rose to the rank of the area manager. Gontori resigned thereafter and went into the private sector, where he started his own business. Gontori has since then established so many businesses which has provided employment opportunities for so many youth across Nigeria. He is the MD and CEO of Waktori Nigeria Limited. The company has so many subsidiaries across the nation. Manji Gontori has been involved in politics since the return of Nigeria to democratic rule in 1999. He has played his politics from the background since then until the year 2015, where he was part of those who brought the present government to power on the plateau. Gontori contested for the senatorial elections in 2019 under the banner of the All Progressives Congress (APC) in the Plateau Central Senatorial District. He was one of the top contenders for the seat at that time. Gontori has since, after the 2019 elections, begun consultations across the state to run for the governorship seat of Plateau State come 2023. It has been massive and he remains the only aspirant that has traversed the nook and crannies of Plateau State in this quest. Manji Gontori is a philanthropist who has used his hard-earned resources to support youth in business, sponsored many in school, both at secondary and tertiary levels, supported widows, women, and the vulnerable in the society. Gontori, through his philanthropist gestures, founded the Manji Gontori Foundation, Women and Youth Empowerment Leadership Training Center, Pangshin. The foundation is to help train women, youth, and the vulnerable in skill acquisition, support men and women start up their businesses, issue out non-interest loans to small-scale business owners, and etc. He is the gubernatorial candidate of the YPP.